Hello, my name is Wes, and today we're going to learn to juggle. Let's get started. We're going to warm up our catching, then our throwing, then put it all together to learn the 3-ball pattern. We'll start just with 1 ball. So you can remember throughout this whole video that just like skateboarding or playing the bagpipes, juggling takes practice. At any point you can pause the video and try a trick a little bit longer and then restart when you're ready. All right, first thing we're going to do is take a ball, turn our hand over and try to let go and do these little grabs. This is going to warm up our fingers and our hand, getting ready to juggle. Try, if you can, to look away from these little grabs, getting used to knowing where the ball is without having to look at it all the time. Now let's switch hands, warm up the other hand, get the blood flowing, trying looking away from that as well. All right, now let's move the ball to just in front of our chest in the center, and we're going to switch hands. So we're doing the grab back and forth as fast as you can, and then see if you can look away from that. And if you can, try closing your eyes. All right, now the blood should be flowing. Let's do one more 1-ball trick. What we're gonna do is turn over a hand and place the ball in between your index finger and your middle finger, so it's balanced like this. Move it around a little bit, making sure it's balanced. And then you're gonna give yourself a high five, and that's going to make this ball bounce up. Then you'll turn over this hand and catch it like this. Then you can place it at the same spot in the other hand. This is also getting our hands warmed up and starting to show us how to catch. Now, let's try doing a little throw and then catching it in that spot where we were holding it, like that. You want to lower your hand as the ball gets there. Boom. Same on the other side. Woohoo, woohoo. So now what we can do is try doing that slap and then catching it back there again. Now what we can do is when the ball lands, we hit it immediately again. It's pretty fun. I'm having a good time anyway. Now let's try slapping it and turning over and catching it on the other hand. Whoa. And if we do this quickly, that's pretty fun. Let's take the second ball and bring in the throws. Okay. The first thing I want to do is to hold out one arm straight and then freeze it. That can't move. We use the other ball to throw around it. Do a big scoop all the way back to the same side, like this, about the height of your forehead. Then we do the same on the other side. Now let's try alternating. One here, one here. Great. Now we've warmed up throwing with each hand on its own. Let's try at the exact same time. We hold our arms out in front of us. We're going to throw 2 straight lines like this. We can try to imagine that the balls are held together by a stick, so we try to really make sure that they're the same height. Let's try adding a clap underneath. So after they go up, you clap. Now let's divide the two throws, one and then the other. So we're going to throw and then hit our leg instead of clapping. Then throw on the other side and hit our leg. Still trying to make the throws the same height, but now it's one after the other. And now let's try, as soon as this one comes down, to throw the other one. All right, now we got our off-sync straight throws. I want you to imagine those points at about forehead height where you've been throwing, and keep those in your mind. Because now we're going to hit those, but instead of going straight, we're going to cross. What I would like you to do is take your non-dominant hand and have that be the one that starts. Sometimes that hand takes a little bit more brain power. If we start with it, it means we can focus 100% on it. So we're going to cross these. I'm right-handed, so I'll start with the left. I'm going to aim at that point. As it starts to come down, I throw at the other side. 1, 2, just like this. I'll do a couple more times, starting from my left, and then I'll try from the right. We remember we want the same rhythm as we had doing this, just crossing. So if you ever feel like it's a wonky rhythm, go back to your straight throws and then try to keep that same rhythm when you do the two crossing ones. If you notice, there's a moment where one of my hands is empty. That's where the third ball is going to go. We're almost there. I would recommend taking some time with this, breathing, staying calm, and just make sure that you can be relaxed and hit those 2 points. Right, left, right. Now that we're confident with our 2 crossing throws, we're going to bring in the third ball. Okay, so you're going to start with 2 balls in your dominant hand, using your pinky and your ring finger to hold the ball in the back, and these 3 fingers to hold the ball in the front. Try holding 2 like that and just giving a little throw to the front ball like this, so you're confident throwing and catching it. Then, without throwing the third ball yet, try doing your 2 crossing throws, just holding that ball in the back. So just so you don't freak out just because there's a third ball there. You're like, okay, we still got this. And then, just like how when I throw this, the second ball goes under, the third ball is going to go underneath the second ball. So once we're comfortable here, you notice that moment when the second ball is coming, you can go, all right, we're gonna throw it. 1, 2, 3. And don't worry about continuing yet, just 3 throws is great. 1, 2, 3. As you notice, we scoop each ball underneath the one before it, trying to make our throws slow, forehead height, and good throws lead to easy catches. So try to be as precise as you can hitting those 2 points. Once you're comfortable with these 3 throws, which is called a flash, by the way, when each object is thrown one time, we can try adding a 4th throw. So just like when we had 2 throws and added a 3rd when we were ready, we can check out where that 3rd ball is going, and when we're ready, add a 4th underneath it. Sometimes when we're getting really focused on these new skills, it's easy to tense up. Make sure that your shoulders are relaxed, shake out your hands every once in a while, make sure you're breathing evenly. Studies have shown that breathing is essential to a healthy lifestyle, so keep it going. It's just juggling. It's very important, but still, we can stay calm. So we get to that 4th throw. We're doing good. Then we can add a 5th. And then once we're comfortable with 4, 5, 6 throws, we can try to continue it and just keep it going. This is called the 3-ball cascade. If you've gotten it going, you can try bringing it down lower, bringing it up higher, a little wider, See if you can turn around while you're doing it. But this takes practice. Don't worry if it's going a little wonky. If you find that your hands are coming up, try to remember to keep your elbows by your sides. Sometimes it's easy to be like, oh, there's the ball, I see it, I'll go get it. But that's actually shortening the amount of time you have to throw the next ball. Gravity is going to work. It's going to bring the ball down to your hand. And if you bring these up, you're just going to be speeding everything up and making it a little bit more tricky for yourself. So keep your elbows by your sides. If you find that the balls are going forward or backward, it could mean that either you're flicking your wrist a lot, which we should try to avoid, trying to keep it basically in line with our forearm so that it's staying still as we release and not flicking it forwards or backwards. Could also mean that you're releasing too early when your arm is not parallel to the floor, either low or high. It'll mean that the ball goes forward or goes behind you. So try to think about that. You're releasing about when your hand is coming parallel to the floor. If you're still having issues with this, you can try juggling with a wall in front of you to remind you that not to go forward. Sometimes it helps. It tricks your brain a little bit. Like, well, we can't go there. We better throw here. You can also try with a bed or a couch in front of you. That way you can't walk forward and you get the added benefit of if you drop, it's easier to pick up. If you're going backwards, you can have the wall behind you or the couch behind you. Then, you just get to take a seat if you back up a little bit. All right. Now you have all the knowledge you need to juggle 3 balls. The only thing you need to do now is practice. I find the most useful way to practice juggling is each time you make a mistake, try to think a little bit what went wrong so you can make a tiny tweak for the next time, whether you're throwing too far this way or that. Think about it as you're picking it up, make a little bit of adjustment and try again. With that method, you're going to improve really fast. I promise you it's worth it. It's the funnest thing ever. All right, I'll see you in the next videos. Thanks for watching.